everyone, my name is Gretchen Almazar, your Silayan Filipina Director of Public Relations. Welcome to our latest episode of Kain. In today's episode, we will be making Lumpiang Sariwa. Lumpia is a kind of spring roll commonly found in Indonesia and the Philippines as adaptations of the dish pupa from Singapore, Malaysia, and Taiwan. It is believed to have spread through Southeast Asia via immigrants from China's Fujian province. Originally, lumpia used a rice flour based wrapper that is tightly hand rolled before being deep fried. But in the Philippines, different variations of the dish include Lumpiang Shanghai, filled with minced meat, Lumpiang Ubod, in which the key ingredient is coconut heart, Lumpiang Sariwa, which is served fresh and not deep fried, and Lumpiang Hubad, which is served with no wrapper. For Filipinos, Lumpiang Sariwa, our featured dish, is a kind of spring roll that is filled with different vegetables, shrimps, and meat. Wrapped in a lumpia wrapper and covered with a special sweet savory sauce topped with chopped peanuts, Lumpiang Sariwa is one of the most common dishes served in gatherings and celebrations. Our presenter for today is my mom, Grace Almazar. My mom was born and raised in the Philippines in Olongapo City. She became a teacher in the US in 2006 and is currently a public school teacher at Olympian High School in the Sweetwater Union High School District teaching Filipino language. She holds a Bachelor in Science in Education with an emphasis in General Science and has a Master's in Cross-Cultural Teaching. My mom and dad have been married for 32 years and have 4 children, and which I am the second. She is a board member of the Council of Teaching Filipino Language and Culture and Filipino American Education Association, and an active member of organizations such as Olongapo City Bayanihan Club and of course Silayan Filipina. Again, I would like to introduce you to our presenter for today, my mom, Grace Almazar, making a no-meat Lumpiang Sariwa with a fresh homemade wrapper.
Hello Silayan sisters and to everybody who are watching. Just like my daughter said, I am Grace Almazar and I'm here to cook Lumpiang Sariwa with homemade wrapper. I got married at the age of 23. At that time, I do not know how to cook. But as a wife and a mom, I've learned how to cook for my family, especially for my children. I make experiments on different things in the kitchen. One of my favorites is preparing Lumpiang Sariwa with homemade wrapper. My mom cooked Lumpiang Sariwa back home when I was young, but she used the traditional wrapper or the store-bought wrapper that we use for Lumpiang Shanghai or Lumpiang Prito. But through experimentations and help of my friends, I've learned and perfected making lumpia wrapper homemade. This is the most requested dish whenever I have gatherings at home. So now, let me show you how I make my Lumpiang Sariwa with homemade wrapper. Okay, we're going to start cooking the Lumpiang Sariwa. The first part is cooking the filling. The ingredients are garlic, onion, turnips or singkamas, carrots, green beans, bean sprout or tauge, cabbage, sweet potato, and I replace meat with fried tofu. And you can buy fried tofu already in the market. And I would like to add that I cut the vegetable julienne style, but other people want to cut it in cubes and that's also okay. Let's cook. Okay, we're gonna start cook the filling. I already heated the pan. I'm going to put the oil because we're going to saute the vegetables. It's hot now. First, to saute, I always start with the onion so the garlic will not burn. So when it's a little bit crystallized, I put the garlic. Okay, smells good. You smell the aroma of the garlic. I hope you can smell it. Okay, after that, we can put the vegetables. Okay, that's the carrots, the green beans, the sweet potato, the singkamas or the turnips, the Saute or the bean sprout, the cabbage, the tofu, water, okay, and then I'm going to cover it and then season it after a few minutes. Okay, 10 minutes is passed and our vegetable is done, almost done. So we're just going to put a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt. You don't need to put a lot because later on you're going to put the sauce, and that sauce is already a little bit salty. That's your that's the one that makes your lumpia good, is the sauce that you going to put on it. And if you want, you can also put a little bit of patis, but as I've said, just a little bit is fine, just to put that a little bit taste to the vegetable. But you don't need to put a lot because, as I've said, the sauce that you're going to put later. Okay, that's it. Our filling is finished. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is the wrapper. Okay, let's make the wrapper. Okay, the second part of Lumpiang Sariwa making is the wrapper. I always make fresh lumpia wrapper because it tastes better than the commercial wrapper. I know that when I was growing up, my mom used to make the Lumpiang Sariwa with the store-bought wrapper. But now I learned how to make the wrapper, the fresh lumpia wrapper, and it's so much better than the commercial one. Okay, let's start. The ingredients are eggs. We need 4 eggs, half cup of water, and 3/4 cups of cornstarch. That's the only ingredients for the wrapper. Let's make it now. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to crack the eggs. Okay, we need to beat this. Okay, make sure that the egg white is mixed with the egg yolk. Okay. Now, we are going to dilute the cornstarch with the water. Okay, after diluting it, we're going to mix it with the eggs. Okay, just to make sure there's no lump, we can strain this, and I'm going to strain it just to make sure there's no lump of cornstarch, or the egg whites is already also mixed with the egg yolk. Okay, now I'm going to strain this one. As you can see, there's still some egg whites in there. If we did not strain it, it will show in our wrapper. So we take it out, and this is what we're gonna use for making the wrapper. Okay, we're now going to make the wrapper. I already preheated the pan, and all I have to do is just spray it with cooking oil. Okay, because we don't need a lot of oil. And as I've said, I preheated the pan. I use a non-stick pan for all my lumpia wrapper. And also, it also depends if you want a big wrapper or a smaller wrapper. I think this is a 12-inch pan, and this I've been using for my wrapper. Okay, this is our first wrapper. I use 1/4 of a cup. And just swirl it on the pan. And wait for a minute. When the edge is lifting a little bit, that means it is already cooked. Okay, the edge is lifting on the side is lifting, and you can see that it's moving already, so that means it's cooked. That's one. Let's make another one. I lift the pan, so while I'm pouring it, I can move the pan and scatter the batter and it needs to be in low heat, because if not, it will bubble. Okay, we're done with our last wrapper. Okay, that's it with our wrapper. Now we're gonna do the sauce. Okay, the third part of cooking lumpiang sariwa is making the sauce. And these are the ingredients. We need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, 3 cloves of garlic minced, 1 cup of water, and this is cornstarch diluted in water. And we're going to use that later for our thickening agent for the sauce. Come on, let's make the sauce. Okay, making sauce is easy because we're just going to combine the ingredients. The water, the sugar, the salt, the soy sauce, Okay, and let it boil. Okay, it's now boiling. So we're going to add the cornstarch. We're going to add the cornstarch. And we're going to add, when it's already smoothly, it is smooth, we're going to put the garlic, and our sauce is done. We're going to start wrapping our lumpia. Okay. We are now on the last part of making lumpia, wrapping it with the vegetables that we cooked a while ago. And this is how I wrap my lumpiang sariwa. Okay, I put a piece of lettuce and maybe 2 tablespoons of filling, but it's up to you. If you want more than that, then you can add more. So then wrap it, roll it, fold it here, and then roll it again. And then that's our first lumpia. Let's have another one. Okay, let's have a lettuce on the bottom. Okay, I put 2 tablespoons because if it's too much, it's hard to roll. Okay, roll it, fold it. And then until you finish the wrapper that you did. That's how I make my lumpia. Now I'm gonna put sauce on it, and I'll show you the finished product of the lumpiang sariwa with sauce. And you serve this with sauce. Okay, and some people wants to put it peanut, but some people are not cannot eat with peanut. So this is optional. You just put it on the side, or if you want it, you can put it on the top. That's our lumpiang sariwa. Another way to serve lumpiang sariwa is without wrapper, and some people call it lumpiang hubad. So you just have to have the filling on the plate, and then just put sauce on top. And if you want to put some peanuts on it, then you can just put it as well. That's another way to serve lumpiang sariwa, and we call it lumpiang hubad. Kain na tayo!
We hope you enjoyed watching this episode of our online series. Stay tuned for more Silayan Filipina videos in the future. Just hit the subscribe button down below to be notified when new videos are published. Thank you, and we hope you join us again soon.